Tobacco use is one of the lead common killers in Americans each year. Statistics show that Americans who smoke often die of lung cancer, heart disease, or other various diseases. Now, perhaps if you are a smoker and trying to quit, you just haven't found the right product or the product you're using isn't working for you. On today's show, we're going to meet the co-founder of a product known as HIT. It's an electronic cigarette, and they have found a way to take the electronic cigarette and make it safer and healthier for its consumer to use. So if you tried electronic cigarettes before and weren't happy, stick around and check out this product known as HIT. Don't go away. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us. Today we are speaking with the founder of a product known as HIT. It is Lenny Di Bari. How are you today,
Pleasure.
Lenny?
Great. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Oh, my pleasure. So we're promoting healthy living today, getting people out of that bad habit of smoking. As we know, statistics show millions of people die of smoking-related diseases every year. So take us back to 2012 when you came up with the idea to innovate the electronic cigarette.
Well, actually, 2.5 years ago, just about. It wasn't truly my idea. It was a partner and friend, Eddie Tin, who handed me a traditional electronic cigarette that was bulky, a little clunky. It looked like a cigarette. I didn't know the business at all. And he said, we'll think about launching this. And my initial reaction was, okay, why? And then I tried it, and I actually coughed. It was horrible. So aside from the motivating factor that it was a poor quality product not to do this business, I said, no, this is not something I want to promote and not something we should think about marketing, because we're not in the business of marketing products that we wouldn't deliver to our own children. I have 3 daughters, 5 sisters, family.
Wow, come from a big family.
Yeah. And he's so smart. He said, all I want you to do is study it. Just research it a little bit. Tell me what you think. And I did. And he knows, a month, 5 people, Google, YouTube, testimonials. We did all the research we could. And we found out that truly I was wrong, and this is a worthy product. Electronic cigarettes truly help people wean off smoking tobacco-related products, cigarettes, cigars, even chew. So we committed to deliver the safest, best quality, longest lasting e-cig in the market.
Wow, and that you've done with almost 1,200 hits.
1,200 hits.
Wow.
Measurable. You know, if you want to compare to what's out there in the market now, some of these big companies, small companies, there's 150 plus brands, probably 6 or 7 truly innovators that have developed their own product, but they market, on average, what they say is a 400 hit product or 400 puff product. What does that mean? That means, relatively speaking, it's 2 packs of cigarettes, because they related 200 puffs to a pack, 10 puffs a cigarette, 20 cigarettes in a case, in a pack, and well, it's simply not true. We've tested all the products. Our development strategy was to buy every product that we can get our hands on, and we did, and we reverse engineered them for a year.
And now the electronic cigarette has been out for quite some time now, so what's so different about HIT?
Well, yeah, actually it was developed by a gentleman named Mr. Lick in China in 2003. And he came out again with a traditional looking chunky cigarette just for a replacement of the cigarette, not really truly intending to do what we want to do, which is promote the weaning off of tobacco smoking, okay, cigarette smoking. And we've done everything in our power and our team and our effort to really promote that vision. And the difference is we deliver what we say we deliver. This is 1,200 hits, number one.
Wow.
The second most important thing is we say it's safe. Our product has different levels of nicotine, starting at 24 milligram, going to 16, 8, and ultimately 0. That means no nicotine. And it's measurable, testable, right back to our production levels, our raw materials. This is so important. And again, we went to other products, we purchased them, we reverse engineered them, and we tested. And I'm sorry, they don't meet compliance. They don't pass our standards. Never mind the regulatory agencies that are coming out now. Right. Which is actually a good thing.
That's excellent. Excellent. And it's been around since 2012, and you have a variety of products here. As you
Yes.
mentioned, what's different about yours, I think, is that you do have different levels of nicotine, which helps people to really put away the cigarettes, to quit smoking, to live healthier. Do you find that a lot of your clients, they prefer your product, A, because it's something that people are infatuated with having something in their hand when they're a smoker. They need something. I know people that have smoked for years, and part of their fixation is they need that in between their fingers here.
No, you nailed it. The 80% of this habit is action. There's a nicotine addiction. Of course, nicotine's an addictive drug, but the action is hand feel, it's throat hit, it's vape, it's the oral fixation. It's even security. They grab their cigarettes, the lighter, before they leave the house, before they go to bed. And we want to provide that same action by giving a product that emulates smoking, the vape size, the feel. It's a little smoother. There's not as much as a throat hit of a cigarette, but we provide the same action with no burning tar, no tobacco chemicals. There are 4,000 chemicals in a tobacco plant.
Right.
We pull one, the extract of nicotine. No charcoal, carbon dioxide, there's names I can't even pronounce.
And even your ingredients are much healthier than the traditional
Absolutely.
e-cigarette.
And we list them, you know. We're a transparent company from our sales team, our customers, right to our production, our delivery, our event team, our PR company. We want to share the message. It's a vision. It's a commitment to help people reduce the smoking habit. You know, 445,000 deaths in the United States last year,
Wow.
directly related to tobacco products.
I know. I read some of the statistics,
That's
and it's
20
mind-boggling.
That's 20%. That's 1 in 5. And globally, it's 5 million.
I mean, has anybody in your family ever been affected by smoking?
Oh, sure. Actually, I witnessed my Aunt Kathy take her last breath. You know, she died of lung cancer, and it was excruciating. It was a gasping, horrific reach to breathe. And the day before, she's asking for a cigarette in the ER.
Wow.
And I experienced, I don't know what anybody's experienced that, but that was a lasting impression. My father-in-law passed 1.5 years ago, lung cancer also. So, you know, when we studied this, we did the research and we saw that people were actually weaning off cigarettes. And we said, let's come in there and see what other products are doing, what we can do better, and really be effective in a healthier way. And that's our vision.
Right, and you're certainly succeeding doing that. I mean, I think what really sets you out and has you soar above the competition is that you do have the different varieties. So people, even though you're purchasing those additional e-cigarettes from HIT, you're getting the less nicotine. Eventually, you're not going to need it at all.
That's exactly right. We have a 4-step program. It could be a 3-step if you start at different levels of nicotine. For instance, if you're a red pack smoker or a Camel, even no filter, we'll give you a 24 milligram. And eventually, we want you to take a 16 milligram. Same action, same taste, same flavor, but less nicotine. Ultimately, go to 8 milligram, which is in my hand, and then a 0. These have no nicotine at all.
Wow.
It's a hookah pipe, in essence. It's just water vapor. So that's the goal. Even, guess what? If you don't smoke at all, you don't vape at all anymore, that's okay. There are 52 million smokers in the U.S. There's enough population for our market, and much more globally.
Now, in doing your research, do you find that people are more fixated on the nicotine itself or just that motion of the hand and the throat hit, as you were talking about earlier?
It's a combination. There are people that just need the nicotine, you know, but having said that, they try the other alternatives, the patch, the gum. Most of them smoke during that process, and it doesn't work because they're so addicted to the habit. Yes, nicotine also, it's an addictive drug, but we find the combination of giving you very controlled levels of nicotine that gives you that same sensation of smoking a cigarette, whatever level. If it's a light, an ultra light, this is like an ultra light. It was 8 milligrams. Then you will, you know, have the effect, whatever the effect is for you for nicotine. Some say it's a hyper drug, some say it's a calming drug, whatever it is. But the step down is our goal, and get to 0. So just give you the action.
Wow. And you do have major success stories. I mean, just going on your website, which you can give us as well later in the show, there are great testimonials. Sarah G. from Austin, Texas writes, "Finally, an electronic cigarette that has as many hits as it claims." Ed W. from right here in New York City writes, "I thought all e-cigs were the same until I tried HIT."
Yep.
And then a Grateful Hit user, Anonymous, writes, "Thank you for the creation of Hit E-Cigs. I no longer crave normal cigs."
Yeah.
So that's got to feel good. How does that make
Great.
you feel?
Great. Those are my sisters and brothers. Thank you guys. No, it's absolutely true. We all have. It has to be effective. It has to taste good. It has to give them a reason to buy it. Okay, this business, this industry is growing at double digits for the last 3 years. So as a businessman, it's attractive. But more motivating to us is that we're actually affecting people.
Right.
We have people in our own organization, 35-year-old smokers. One fella, a friend of mine, David. I'm a hugger when I meet people. 35 years, 2 packs a day.
Wow.
I couldn't even, have corneal transplants from wrestling, so my eyes are very affected by smoke. And I honestly couldn't get next to him. His clothes, he reeked. I couldn't sit in his car, forget about that. About 7 months ago, I handed him a hit, a 24 milligram high. 10 days later, he came back, and it lasted 10 days.
Wow.
So imagine that. So 10 days later, he came back, and he came to my office and said, "Lenny, it's the first morning I woke up where I didn't cough my lungs out and do all the things that smokers have in the morning. He said, I feel terrific." And that was a wonderful feeling. To me, that's success, because that's exactly what we tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to an 8 milligram. He's still there, but he felt so good about himself. He joined a gym, lost 22 pounds.
Wow.
And it changed his life. Now, this is not going to change everybody's life. I know that. But if we can affect some, it's worthy.
Absolutely.
You know?
And you are.
Yeah, we feel good about it.
I mean,
Absolutely.
did you also feel compelled because you did have family members that passed away from smoking-related illnesses?
Sure. It absolutely affected us, and that's our vision. We're about safety, and we're about the message. We're not promoting to kids. First of all, it's an 18-year-old product in most of the states. It's 21-year-old or older in New York now, and the problem is it needs to be shared more. This industry is 7 years old or so, but it's still very young, and there's a lot of claims that regulatory agencies, FDA, even customs, and other agencies that are making state that this is not a safe product. Well, I'm sorry, just take a look at the comparative.
Right. I mean, the FDA was investigating other electronic cigarettes as well. But yours, as we said earlier, is much healthier. You have the ingredients right on there, and I think people take comfortability in that, seeing exactly what they're putting into themselves.
Hey, we spent a year developing the product, the packaging, the script, the copy, what would be revealing to a customer, and we're one of the first companies to import this product, the packaging, the hand molds, our tips, and comply with FDA. We call it an electronic cigarette. Most of the companies call it cartomizers, electronic utility, whatever they're calling it. But we're face front. We've discussed this with the FDA many times, and what we can do to comply, and what's coming. We want to know the future, and how we can comply and meet those regulatory issues that are going to be in effect. In fact, there's deeming rules now to say this should be a tobacco product and fall under all the rules and regs that meet tobacco products. Okay, well, that might be good in a way, it might be bad in a way.
Was the FDA difficult to comply with?
For us, no. We were actually leading discussions, from production, and they're going to have a linear, very vertical, regulatory rules, and we welcome it. We can't wait for it because, Jason, there are products out there, they're unsafe. I'm just telling you. And it's not because I'm promoting HIT versus other. Be careful that what you're vaping. The measures of nicotine strengths in products aren't going to meet testable standards. Ours do. And what we claim, if we claim 1,200 puffs, it's 1,200 puffs. It's 1,200 hits. There are products out there 400 hits. Well, if that's a hit, okay, maybe they get 400. But the average smoker or vapor is 1.5.
Much deeper.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds.
I mean, I've never been a smoker myself, so I don't know what the sensation that people get out of it.
That's a hit. That's a true vape. Emulates the cigarette. I think we're the biggest vape in the business. In disposable, I know we are. And there's another part of the business also, which is refillable and retractable. And we're not in that market yet. We've been in development for about 8 months. When we do launch that product, it's going to be the safest and most compliant product in the market.
Fantastic. Well, you know what, Larry, we're going to take a break right here. When we come back, we're going to have more with Larry Di Bari, and also we're going to be doing some demonstrations for you. So if you are a smoker and you like to check out the HIT products, we'll give you a little demo here. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
If you love the Jason Galka Show, Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, send an email to thejasonshow@yahoo.com. Welcome back. Today we are promoting healthy living by quitting smoking. And even though electronic cigarettes have been on the market for many years now, there is a product today that we're talking about known as HIT, which kind of soars above that competition. Welcome back to Lenny Di Bari. Nice to see you today.
Nice to see
Thanks
you, Jason.
again for being here. So we're going to be doing a
Pleasure.
little demonstrations in this segment because, as we mentioned earlier in the show, you do have a variety of milligrams. Maybe your highest milligram is for that real heavy smoker. Maybe you have a once-a-day smoker, or that's a little far-fetched. But tell us a little bit about what you have here.
Sure. Well, the highest milligram is a 24 milligram, which will meet that nicotine need for an addicted smoker who has that real yearning for nicotine, or cigars, even some of the people that chew all day. And that'll give you that sensation. It's even just a tad stronger than a Marlboro Red.
Okay, so that kind of brings me to another interesting question. People that are using the patch or using the gum, can they still use your product too?
Oh, absolutely, but it's a little redundant it's duplicating the nicotine levels, but if they're going to use the patch and the gum, it's a great way to still satisfy the action of smoking and have a zero nicotine. This is like a hookah pipe. So it's just water vapor and flavor. See, the problem with the patch and the gum and those hypnosis, they're not giving the smoker the action. They're not giving them the hand feel, the security, the vape, and that style of smoking.
Right.
It's a lifestyle, truly. So we can provide that along with your patch or gum, whatever it is.
Excellent.
I think it'd be a great combination.
Absolutely.
Actually.
And this is a great way too because these are natural ingredients, right? So you're not getting that film on your teeth or we're all about how we look too.
Look and smell.
Exactly.
Smell like burning tar and cigarettes, and you walk into
Yeah,
a
we don't look so
cigar
good if that's the case.
shop. Oh, absolutely, and it's not going to yellow your teeth. Listen, my oral surgeon, actually my daughter's, and I went there for a checkup, and he saw the product, and he said, "Look, I promote a healthier way. I promote the gum. Anything. I'll even buy it for my patients." He's a wonderful person. And he said, "I need to look at this." Mm-hmm. So he did. And of course, there's no carcinogens in there that the tobacco provides.
Right.
We're a level of nicotine. We don't have the burning tar, the yellowed smoke. I mean, just take a cigarette, put a tissue paper and puff it, and you're going to see that yellowed, burning, chemically.
And that's what's on your skin and your face and your teeth and
your
your
lips.
hands. I mean, it's very unattractive.
100%. So it's a much cleaner choice.
Absolutely.
It's a safer way, a cleaner way, and hopefully our 24 milligram smoker or vapor would go to 16 milligrams, and we provide that. That's the second step down.
Okay.
Then ultimately go to 8 milligrams, which is like an ultra light cigarette, provides that controlled level of nicotine.
Now, is there a time frame for each milligram, or it's whenever the person's comfortable to take in less?
Well, our 4-step program is a 1-2-2-1, so we provide one 24 milligram, 1,200 puffs. It's like 6 packs. 2 16 milligrams. And this is not a proven science. This is just what we've been doing.
Okay.
And it's been effective. Some people can hang out at 16 milligrams and want a third, hit at 16 before they drop to 8. And we give 2 8 milligrams. And they might bounce back and forth a little bit. But our goal is to get them to 0.
Okay.
So whatever it takes. And we need
So this is just based on your general statistics and research you've done. Okay. Excellent.
It's a learning process.
It absolutely is, and it'll continue to be. I mean, how long did it take you to innovate all of this product?
2 years, actually.
Wow.
We spent the first year reverse engineering everybody else's product to try to discover what they're doing and what we could do better. And we found out that there are unsafe products in the market, truly. Declaring certain values of nicotine levels, certain puff amounts. It's just not true. So we went out to deliver our commitment, which was the safest product in the market. We are the safest, what do you say? What? Undisputed. Undisputed. Safest product in the market, truly. And our everything we have is measurable, transparent. What we say it is. It's 1,200 puffs, a second and a half puff, 1,200 times. It will last. Not 400, and it really lasts 100 or 150, like some of the other brands. I don't want to name them, but they're the big boys.
Right. And
it's all about marketing, and it's their strategy to say it has a value because I'm offering you 2 packs. That's not our strategy. We're truthful. It's 1,200 puffs. This one's a hit 800, which offers 800 puffs, and it's $5 less. So it's $20. This is $15.
Wow.
And it has a little better hand feel for if you have a smaller hand. This is more of a bold cigar type hand feel. And we found that women like this a little better. And so we delivered. We listened to our audience. We listened to our
That's
consumer.
important.
Yeah, we're flexible at production. We don't have big egos. We're confident, but we don't have big egos. That,
Absolutely.
wow, we delivered the best, and here's why. We're going to put $5 million in advertising and billboards and promote our brand. That's not it. This brand, this product was built by our consumer, by our target market.
And what the people want, and you listen to them, which a lot of companies obviously don't. And that's with anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Some of them don't
important.
have to because they're so big, they have distribution. Okay, we'll take the consumer that's educated, that appreciates our product, really understands what a smooth throat is, and likes the taste. That's really ultimately what keeps
I mean,
me
I'm holding
selling.
apple in my hand now. I mean, it's. I'm not a smoker by any means, but it is delicious.
And you're wearing the shirt.
I'm wearing
So you
the
have to
shirt
like
as
it.
well. So let's talk about the
Also-
E-Cigar now. I'd given one actually to a friend of mine that his wife is now pregnant. So what's the difference between the E-Cigar and the E-Cig?
Well, this was developed with a very specific goal. It wasn't just to deliver a cigar-type looking product. It was to deliver a real earthy Cuban-type flavor with the tones and the notes of a truly a good cigar. And this took 7 months to launch.
Wow.
And who's our testing ground? Cigar smokers. Cigar smokers are connoisseurs of the cigar. I'm not talking about an occasional once-a-month cigar smoker. We have people that 3 cigars a day they're smoking.
Wow.
And initially it was, I'm not going to smoke that. I'm not going to try it, Lenny, So just, all right, tell us what's wrong with it. So they take a hit and they go, wow, how the heck did that, right? Well, it's 6 months, 7 months of hard work, and we really meet that need. Now, cigars are an event. Generally cigar smokers, they go to, and they're going to have this warm, inviting environment and friendly meeting, usually a drink with it. We're not going to replace that, But guess what? Those that are going to leave, they want to have a cigar on them. They want to enjoy something at a card game or even a casino. This is a better choice, and this doesn't have the lasting.
And again, it's a vape. Yeah, exactly. It's all in the vape.
Yeah, the proof is in the vape right there.
This is true. Were you ever a smoker yourself? I forgot to ask you.
I was an occasional smoker. I'm an athlete. I was a wrestler. But after that, we're addictive. Our personalities are addictive, usually athletes. Right? So you need something. So it was a card game, shooting pool. I'd smoke. And I started smoking cigars. I was, every 2 weeks I'd have a cigar, every, 1 to 2 weeks.
Did you ever find those cravings in yourself or that addiction?
No, I think it was more the habit and the action of just feeling it and I haven't, a year, I haven't lit anything. And guess what? That's the future. 5 years, my prediction. No more light-ups.
Fantastic.
Just in cigarettes. And that's the goal,
Right.
Just eliminate the smoking habit altogether.
Yeah, I know so many people that have smoked, and they were able to quit cold turkey, patches, gum, but it was a huge, huge struggle. I mean, if we would have had these in the 90s, the 80s, imagine how many more people probably would have quit, because now you have the people that smoked from the 60s and on that they feel like there's no hope for them, but this could still help them. This could help anybody.
It's helping people right now. I mean, our hit products are so effective. Some of our research, it's a fact. How much longer do you live if you don't smoke? It's not my fact. It's 14 years.
Right.
Look it up. It's 12 to 14 years if you don't smoke. Well, this isn't smoking. This is levels of nicotine. It's water vapor, and it's a very controlled unit called HIT, right? So if we can provide that in the market and the consumer can live a little bit longer, isn't that worthy?
Absolutely.
And we're making money along the way, too, because we're doing
Everybody's
it right.
happy. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy,
so.
and that's what it's all about.
Soon the reward, monetarily soon. We put a lot into it.
This is very true. This is excellent. You even have a little holder here, I noticed.
We are the first interactive POS, point of sale material. Point of sale. And we invite customers to come into a retail store or any type of event and try it. And we developed our own patented hit tip. That's yours. Also safety, so it's hygienic. You tear it open. This will be your tip. And right at counter, counters are a little bit higher. They can taste the flavor and sample it.
Wow,
Why
fantastic.
not? One of our sales directors said, Lenny, if we do that, other companies, Logic, Blue, they're going to do it too. And I said, unfortunately, we might wait too long for that to happen. So I want to give 2 more here.
Mm-hmm.
And when we go to a retail store, we'll buy a Logic or whatever it is. We'll put it on there and enjoy the hit challenge.
Wow.
Because originally our consumer was the smoker, but now it's the e-cig smoker also.
Yes.
That's our customer because they try us.
Absolutely. It's a lot healthier.
promoting.
Your ingredients are right on. The people can see what they're actually putting into their bodies, what they're inhaling, and what's going out into the air.
Totally transparent.
Wow.
That's our goal. And we have a milk bottle. How many e-cig companies are doing this?
Not too many. I haven't seen it. First time today I've seen it. So, Lenny, fantastic. Great job in getting people out there healthy and quitting smoking. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
If you love The Jason Galka Show, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, send an email to thejasonshow@yahoo.com. We're just about out of time today, but Lenny, thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your product with us and getting people out there to quit smoking and living healthier lives. But before we go, give us your store locations, your contact information, how people can reach you.
Sure. Well, we're available online at hitecigs.com, one word. And we're available at the tri-state area now, from Rockaway Beach to, actually we haven't opened up in Montauk, but we're in the Hamptons. We're going to do some special events out there. We're also in Los Angeles, Myrtle Beach, Florida, New York naturally,
Wow.
and we even have a global presence. We are currently distributing in Russia, Asia. We just signed on a great team in Asia. Hopefully we'll be in the Middle East, and Aruba also. Very interested group in Aruba. They actually want to come to New York and visit our facilities, but I'm thinking I should go there and see the potential market for
Absolutely.
like 3,
You
4,
can bring your
5
demo,
weeks.
bring your demo packages.
I'll bring you too.
I'd love to. I could
Study
use
in
a
Aruba
vacation.
for 5 weeks. I don't know quite yet if they should.
Lenny,
But
thank
we're
you
expanding.
so much. Great having you here today.
Our
And again,
pleasure.
if you have a story you'd like to share with us here on the show, send us an email to thejasonshow@yahoo.com. And we're going to go out in a big puff of vapor right now. See you next time.
That is good.
Apple, that is good.
I got apple too. Is your apple better than my apple? Thanks, Jason.
Thanks,
Pleasure.
Lenny. I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it,
I had a
too.
good time.
Cheers.
Good show.